What's up guys, this is your 30-second tutorial, and in this tutorial we have one more thing that confuses a lot of people. Now I'm throwing one after another confusing things on you, but believe me, these confusing things are never confusing. They are very simple, and if you understand it once you'll be good. Then a lot of people out there who don't understand that. Alright, so in this tutorial I'm going to teach you something about recursive function. Now, what that is, a recursive function is a function that calls itself inside itself. Sounds confusing, right? So, let's assume we have a function void uh, print, and let's say this is function definition. You write something here, blah 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 blah, and then you call this function in here again. So, we have a function print, we call it here again, then it again goes to this, it executes this statement, then call it again, then goes to this, then call it again, goes, calls. Ooh. So I think, is that confusing? Not at all, because a recursive function is just something that calls itself, right? So why why would you ever need a function that calls itself? Well, in many cases, I mean, it's really useful. People say it's confusing and they do not use it a lot, but if you understand this, you can use it in a lot of ways, and it's gonna help you a lot in your later programming career. So a recursive function is, I mean, pretty much this. It just calls itself inside itself, and then it just goes like a loop. All right. So how should I put this? Let me just think of an example. Mm, all right, I got something. Do you know about factorials? Now, what a particular factorial is, like if we say 10 factorial, that means multiply 10 by all the numbers preceding it. That's gonna go like 10 cross 9 cross 8 cross 7 cross 6 all the way up to 1. So if I say 12 factorial, it is represented like 12. I mean any number and exclamation marks. That's the factorial sign. All right. So if I say 12 factorial, it means 12 cross 11 cross 10 cross blah, 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 cross 1. So that's pretty much it. That is what factorials are. Now what you can do is you can create a recursive function that helps you calculate factorials. So let's just create that. It's gonna return an integer, that's the answer of factorial, and its name is gonna be crab. Right, and we're gonna pass in an integer a, and in the function definition what you can do is, here we have to give it something called base case. Now base case is something that stops your computer from crashing, and that stops your computer from calling that function again and again. And if that happens, if you call a function without the base case, it's gonna crash your computer. I'll show this to you at the end of this tutorial, but never do that. Alright. So uh, just write a if statement that if a equals 1, then what you gotta do is return 1. Else what you gotta do is return a cross crap a minus 1. Alright, so this is a function that calculates a factorial, and its name crap. Well, yes. Alright, so what this will do is, if someone calls it with the value 1, it's gonna check, is a equals to 1? Yes, it is. The factor of 1 is 1, so it's gonna return 1. But if a is not 1, then what it's gonna do is it's gonna return a. Let's assume a is 10, so it's gonna return 10 into crap 9, or you can say factorial. Let's name this factorial, or it's gonna confuse you. So alright, so let's say a is 10, then it's gonna return 10 into factorial 9. Well, what is factorial 9? It's gonna go here, factorial 9. It's gonna come here, then it's gonna return 9 into factorial 8. Well, what is factorial 8? It's again gonna go there and it continues till it comes to 1. So here it will come 2 into factorial 1. It will come here, what is factorial 1? So the value of a is 1, it's gonna return 1. So now your computer, it knows what's the value of factorial 1. So it's gonna go in reverse direction, right? Because it have to calculate 9 other questions that are pending. So it's gonna calculate, alright, 2 into factorial 1. So the value of factorial 1 is 1. So its value is 2 into 1, that is 2. Now it's gonna go reverse one time, 3 into factorial 2. The value of factorial 2 is 2. So 3 into 2, 6. Then it's gonna go in reverse all the way before, like a flashback, and it's gonna come to 10 cross factorial 9, and whatever its value is, it's gonna return that. So let's just call that function, and we'll just call factorial. I just entered 10 here, and let's just print this out. Alright, so now when we run this, it returns 362880, but I don't know if factorial 10 is there or not. So let's just test it for 3, because factorial 3 is 6. So we'll confirm it. Alright, so function is working correctly because factorial 3 is indeed 6. Let's pass in one more factorial. Let's pass in 5, and factorial 5 is 120. So let's just build in on this. Alright, it returns 120. So function factorial is working pretty darn good, and that's a good example of recursive function. It calls itself again and again so that it could calculate a factorial, right? It's like a loop, but in a much more complex way, or in a much more useful way, I'll say. One more thing that I'm going to show is, what if you don't have a base case? So let me just erase this function, and let's just print something like crap. This is crap, and just call that function again, that is factorial. Now you should never do this, alright? I mean, it will crash your computer. You can do it once, but I'm not responsible for anything that happens to your PC. But nothing will happen. It could just stop responding or something, but nothing serious will happen, alright? So whenever you run this, says too few arguments to function. Alright, I don't have to pass in any argument here. So now let me run this. It's gonna do something like this. It's never stopping, alright? So, and it stopped here just now because my computer's whatever service it is, it just stopped it from crashing. So you should never do this, but I think this will stop somewhere in your computer also. So this is pretty much it. Just click here anywhere, or just press escape, and this will stop, right? So you should never do this. I mean, you are never gonna want to do this thing to your computer. Look at this, what a mess this is. So I mean, this just happens when you don't provide it a base case, and your function keeps on repeating and repeating and repeating, and it never stops. Alright, so this is a warning kind of thing. They just take care you enter proper base case, or your computer is just gonna go crazy. So this was pretty much it. I mean, it's very simple. It's pretty much self-explanatory. So just practice it 3 to 4 times, and you'll get good at it because it's really simple. So this was it for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.